Hey RJ, how you doing? Hello Mallaholic. Hello everybody. I am a little bit sleepy. We've done a lot of traveling this last week or so. And that's part of what I wanted to live stream to you guys a little bit about. Hey, Neon Explorer, Terry Cherry, yeah, Terry Cherry, Terry Allen. uh, so what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Hey, Rust Belt Expeditions. Hello, Gling. Hello. Oh, she's yelling just because she can. RJ. Sitting on the back patio drinking coffee. Coffee at this hour? News 89? Wow. Okay, Terry. I didn't plan on being on here for too long. I just wanted to share a couple things that's gone on the last week because I know I haven't been posting as I usually do. I try to upload a video every other day or every third day. But, yeah, the Grand Wizard. Thanks, Pinball. Not quite the wizard level yet. I've probably got to triple this length before it. Hi, JP. Thought I'd take some advice and do a little bit more in the live streaming arena since I haven't been posting regularly like I used to. Because I've been doing so much traveling. I just haven't had a lot of time to sit down in front of my PC to do much in the way of editing. Oh yeah, Nate's already uploaded that Super Kmart in Ashtabula. Yeah, we were up there the other day. It's like kind of one thing after the other these last couple days. We left last Saturday to go to Pennsylvania because we're going to do this meetup with JP. He's hosting an event at the Knoebels Amusement Resort in Elysburg. So since we have family that's out that way, we decided to spend all day Saturday visiting with them, and then Sunday we spent all day and just meet with some really great people, meet with some viewers that we've never been able to get a chance to meet before. Hi, Catman Mark Blanchard. Yeah, we spent the park opened at 11 o'clock, and we were there past closing. We were actually there a little bit early, from about quarter after 10 all the way till about 8:30 or so. Knoebels is a park that I've grown up with almost all my life. Started going there since before I could remember, but it's been quite a number of years since the last time I was there, so I thought it would be a great opportunity and a great excuse to get out that way to see what's new. So many things have changed since I've been there last because the Impulse roller coaster wasn't there before. The Black Diamond Mining Company dark ride wasn't there before. It almost seems like the whole map has changed because I had no bearings at where I was whatsoever. It's a good thing that JP was there because I would have been lost. Yeah, run! Oh, that was great. We had a lot of fun over there. I just got done going through all my footage for Knoebels, and I'm hoping to be able to upload that sometime tomorrow afternoon. I'll probably premiere it tomorrow afternoon, somewhere around 5. So that'll be something to look forward to. Yeah, Kara did upload hers, so hers is up there, so that'll kind of give you a little bit of a sneak preview of what's to come. Oh, Catman Mark Blanchard, thank you so much for your donation. That's very kind of you. Yeah, Kara, she has highlights of different things here and there, and she has more, probably just as many pictures as she does video, just kind of short snippets. So mine's probably going to be close to about a half an hour long. Um, it's got a couple little neat things in there. I'll give you kind of a sneak peek of one of them because it was kind of one of my favorite things. One of my favorite rides there, because I just never really grew up, was the bumper cars. That was one of my favorite things. that I always used to do when I go to Knoebels. Like, first thing I got to do is the bumper cars. And then in the middle of the day, we'd do the bumper cars. And then before we left, it was always the bumper cars. So we're going around the track, right? And actually, before all that, let me back up a little bit. We're standing in line, and I'm trying to keep an eye on which car is the fastest. So as these cars are going around, we're waiting in line. I'm watching every single car, trying to keep in my mind which one is going faster than the other ones, which one is the best. I wanted to have the fastest. And I happened to see this one car out there, and I had my eye on it. And as soon as we got through the gate, someone beat me to it. JP got it, but that was okay because we both had eyes on the same cars. The bumper car that had the American flag on it was the only one that was like that. I didn't even see a number on it, but as soon as I saw it, it was like, oh, that's the one I want to get if I can get it. But yeah, it was cool because even with as fast as that car was, JP still could not catch up to me because he kept on getting caught in these fender benders. And going around the corners, you just tag someone in the back. It's kind of like a police pit maneuver. You hit them in the back the right way, you spin them all the way around, and then they have to crank the wheel all the way around because there's no reverse in those cars. You have to crank it all the way around, and then the car will back up a little bit, and then have to spin the wheel all the way back around again to get going back forward. And I made sure that towards the end of the run, because I forget how long we get, like 2 or 3 minutes, but as we're getting towards the end of the run, that I could get in the clear and I wasn't in a packed area. So as soon as the power went out, I had myself a nice long shot. No power or anything. I'm just coasting. Everyone else is pretty much to a stop. And as I'm coming up to the end, I see JP right in the corner. It's like, I'm going to tag him right in the end. I have to. So I was coming up there, then bam, right in the back. I got him. So I was able to get him at least once. And I got my wife, Kara, at least once. Spun her all the way around. You'll see that in my video. I got her. So much fun at Knoebels. I'm a roller coaster holic, I would guess you would say, because I could never get enough of those. Like, yeah, the Phoenix was always a favorite of mine. It's an old wooden coaster. It's probably rated one of the best wooden coasters in America. It's just awesome. Especially when you get towards the end, you get those little bunny hops towards the end. You get going so fast, you could almost get a matching set of bruises on your legs because you're going to be shooting straight up in the air. How did the cats do without you at home? Well, the cats, fortunately for these cats, they're very independent, but we do have family that lives near Maslin here, so we asked them if they'd stop over one of the days that we're gone to keep an eye on them. So they were taken care of. We wouldn't leave them for too long without somebody checking on them. Sunday drive for you on the Twister, that photo of us. Yeah. I almost had a straight face on there because I was just kind of straining on there because that Twister ride was really intense. It really twisted you around. There's a lot of G-forces on that one. It ended up giving Kara a headache at the end of the day, and that one, it didn't really bruise my side, but I really felt it a little bit later on. It just, so much G-force just pushed me into the side, but it is fun nonetheless. I would have ridden it again if I had the chance. The one thing I still want to do, since we didn't get the chance, was the Impulse, because that was the one that goes straight up, then just slight curve over, and then straight back down again. But that roller coaster was amazing to me in itself, because there's almost no sound to it. It'll go whizzing past you, and it makes almost no noise. It's a very silent coaster. I'm trying to see these comments here. Real men cry, RJ. Thought we were going to see some tears when we got on that stratosphere, though, huh? That was intense. That was great. I got to see that for the first time just today because we pulled the footage off my wife's phone and put it on the editor and took a look at that, and I'm like, holy cow. Go really far up there. I really don't know how high that goes, but it's high enough. It's high enough that you can get a nice view. And here RJ is sitting next to me on that ride and telling me encouraging words. And I'm just like, well, there's no turning back now. Hey, we're almost halfway up. Hey, we're going to be off of here soon. It'll only take a second. But it was a great time. That sky lift was another fun thing too. That was never there when I was there last. So we got to ride the sky lift ride. It used to be a ski lift out of Vermont. I took a picture of the sign for it for my video, so get a little bit of history on that when that premieres tomorrow. Trying to get comfy in this chair. It's been a while since I've sat in here. I'll never forgive the two of you. Oh. Yeah, we definitely have to go back and do that again sometime, uh, even if it's not even YouTube related. Just go there just to have fun, just because. Well, anyway, after we met up at, well, actually, before we left there was a pretty neat experience that we had the very last thing of the night, because we were trying to get around to the sky lift, but we found out that the park was actually closing at 8 o'clock that night, so we didn't have enough time to do that. It was already closed by the time we got up there, but the Ferris wheel was still running, so we got up on there, and as we're getting in line, there's a small group of us there's a small group behind us that came up and started talking to us, and I'm almost thinking that they're probably going to ask if we can get in front of them because the Ferris wheel might shut down. They had quite a number of them. There's like 30 of them or so, I would think. But they handed me this brown paper bag, and I'm like, okay, what do I do with this? It's like, just open it up and don't do anything until we yell up the directions for you. So, okay, so we got up there on the ride, and next thing I know, the lady's telling us, open up your bags, and looking at it. So, okay, we got this little neon, it's like a glow stick, basically, is what it was. And eventually she ended up yelling, break them, break them. And it ended up being a gender reveal for her family, which I thought was a really neat idea. I never would have thought of anything like that for a gender reveal. So it's dark at this time, pretty much at this time. So everyone that they had on the Ferris wheel, they broke these things open, they shook them up, and as we're spinning around, it seemed like that Ferris wheel was going really fast that last ride. I don't remember it going that fast the first time, but we're spinning around and around, and people are waving these things down at the people on the ground, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's a girl, it's a girl," because it was so cool. It was neat to be able to take part of that. Any plans for the mass on Kmart yet? Not that I know of. I have no idea what's going to happen with that. There's still a for lease sign up on that. Slacking packing, hey. But that was pretty much the conclusion of the night. Hung out with Jake and Becky a little bit afterwards. Went to their campsite and shared some pictures and some stories. Then the very next day, we decided that we're going to go to upstate New York. Upstate New York, part of an area of Binghamton, not too far outside of Binghamton, where I grew up. I haven't been there in about 16 years, but I spent about 16 years living there in the past. So it was a really neat experience to relive some childhood memories. There's going to be some really neat things coming up in those videos. Some places that you don't see anymore, places that are out of business, have been out of business for a long time, and some of it is still intact. The one building is still open, but it's not what it used to be. I'll tell you, it was J.J. Newberry. It was part of the McCrory stores, and J.J. Newberry and those stores went out of business in 2001, but this store in particular went out in 1997. And after that, it became a dollar store, and then it became an antique shop. And it was all wide open. Both floors were open. So I went upstairs and explored it all, and I tell you a little bit about it as I'm going through there. It's just amazing to see. It's almost in the same kind of condition that it was the last time I remember seeing it. The tile and everything. Any Ames or Hills? There weren't any in New York when we were there, but before we left, I did meet up with Journey with Jay and with Wally B 26. There was an Ames in West Hazelton that hasn't been documented before, at least not to my knowledge. We took a look at that. I took some pictures, but unfortunately we couldn't get into the building because it's all barred up. So people vandalized it, and it's even got a fence around it now. So there's no way of getting inside of there to take a look around. The windows have been pretty much papered over or painted over, so you can't really even look out the windows or through the windows anymore. Been a long time since I closed. Been a long time since I closed an amusement park. Since you've been in one, maybe. Used to have a J.J. Newberry in East Palestine, Ohio, that became a DK store, and now it is a Dollar General. Huh. Okay. Yeah, all the Ameses that are around here have all been repurposed or demolished. There was the one in Belden Village, right off of Everhard Road, that had it had a Movies 4 in the plaza. It had a pet store. It had an Amish furniture store in there. It had a nail salon. It also had a Blimpie and a Dairy Queen. But all that closed. Every bit of it closed. And they ended up refacing the entire plaza. Well, actually, before they refaced it, it became a medical complex of some sort. I really don't know. And then after that, they refaced the entire building, which now has a Steinmart, Home Goods, an Earth Fare organic grocery store. It's got a barbecue, a brewery house in there. And it's got a Skechers outlet store, a Kirkland's. And amazingly enough, before they went out of business, the H.H. Gregg went in there. They were in there for about a month before they went out of business. They moved from the place closer to North Canton that was next to the PetSmart. And yeah, for whatever reason, they decided to close that store and move to the new one, and were there for about a month and then closed. So. And something else you probably didn't know about me, I did work at the Belden Village Ames for a short period of time until they started closing doors, and then I moved on. Good evening, Craig, sorry. Yeah, there was an Ames off of Route 62 in Canton where the Walmart is now, and across the street from the now closed Kmart. That Ames that was there had a neat little carousel on the outside of it. I can't remember off the top of my head what that place used to be, but I always thought it was neat to drive past that Ames and it had that big old carousel on the side of it. But unfortunately, when that Ames went out of business, they demolished that building and built the Walmart on top of it, and I don't really go out that way anymore. Next time in New York, you and Ace Adventures could do some great videos, maybe. Possibly. Yeah, I've been up to New York a number of times lately. I've been to New York more times this year than I've been. Shoot, yeah, it's been 16 years. Yeah, about 16 years. I went to Ripley, New York the first time with Wally B 26, and then I went to Rochester with JP and the Wandering Woodsman, and then went to Knoebels, and then up to New York from there. So 3 times in a year is it's quite a bit. Done a lot of traveling, but traveling is my game. I love to travel. It doesn't bother me one bit. I drive for a living too, so that helps. The Coles in Alliance used to be Ames. Trying to think where that... Oh! Okay. I learned something today. That was... Yes, Clarkins Carousel. Yes. Because I kept on coming up with the name Clark, but I knew it wasn't right because Clark is the gas station, and that's one of the things that I filmed not too long ago. Is that Clark station on Route 62 that closed because they're expanding the highway, I believe. And I don't know why my comments are not scrolling on their own. I got to keep flipping them up. Okay. See, I've been living here in Ohio now for, let's see, almost 25 years. It's 24, yeah, 24 years this summer it's been. So I'm still learning, still learning about things in my area. I don't, I don't know too much about Alliance, even though I do drive past it quite a bit. I go through it anytime I visit family, so. I may be late, but at least I show up. At least when I can. Yeah, fashionably late. You're always fashionably late. One thing we can count on is you being there. We just don't know when, but at least it's before we leave. Yeah, you do like fashion. Any chance there are abandoned Walmarts near you? I would love to see that. Surprisingly, yes. There are actually three of them near me. The one, two of them that you have already seen. The one in City View Center that's been closed since 2008. The one at Severance Center, which has been closed probably close to 10 years now, I think. And there's also one in Bedford Heights. I can't get to the one in Bedford Heights because there's too much security roaming around in the parking lot. And I've been told by other people that have tried to film it that if you get out and walk towards the building that they're going to stop you and tell you you're not supposed to be there. So, oh, there's one of the babies. That's Eclipse.
The crying one.
The crybaby. She cries for attention. It's tough these days between two jobs and kids. I do here and there. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have kids. Never been against it. It's just never been in the cards for me. So that's kind of left it open for a lot of travel and the cats. Cats are my kids. Yeah, as kids get older, though, they start becoming more and more independent and wanting to go do things with their own friends. So it's time that you've got to cherish now. It's like I was watching your live stream earlier, JP, with you and Lily going out into the park and doing things like that. I think that stuff is awesome that you go out and do things together like that. Because I know that probably one day she's not gonna want to go out and hang out with Dad anymore. She wants to go hang out with friends or something else. I just thought I saw a question up here somewhere. I lost it. Yeah, you don't have to have company to hurt yourself on the slides. You can do that by yourself. It's like I don't have to be with anybody to trip over a flat surface either. I can do that all by myself. I don't need help. It's been a long time since I've gone down a slide, though. I think I was telling you, JP, when we were at Knoebels that one time. I thought right next to the Whipper, there used to be that really big slide. You have to climb up the ladder and you slide down that big corkscrew slide. And I didn't see it anywhere else. And I think you did mention that it had moved. I just don't remember where, and I didn't remember seeing it. But that was one of the things I remember doing too at Knoebels. But yeah, I remember when I was in grade school though, going up to using some of these slides, and in the summertime or when it was at least still hot, going down there, and if you're wearing shorts, you might burn yourself a little bit, or if you're not wearing the right clothes, you kind of get stuck halfway, or you ride it the wrong way or backwards, like sometimes what we did. You end up with rub burns on your elbows or sometimes on your face. Did I see Kmart and Sears is closing more stores? Yes, I did. I did get some news today, sadly, about a Kmart in my area that's going to be closing. Um, One of my subscribers told me that this afternoon, that this Kmart was told that they're not allowed to take any more new layaways. They're not allowed to deal with Western Union anymore. They stopped. They severed ties with the Ohio lottery, so they've already started the beginning stages of closing the store down, like in a hurry, because they were only told yesterday that this was going to happen. And supposedly they're going to be closed right before Christmas, so it's going to be sad to have people lose their jobs right around the holidays again. This is the one that's going to be in Barberton. It's probably about half an hour from me. But the one in North Canton's going to stay, as far as I know. I haven't seen the official list yet. I don't even know if it's been published. But my subscriber has a friend that works there, and she passed that information along, saying that they just found out yesterday that they would be closing. I think it would be funny if a group of us went to a playground and goofed around, even mini golf. Yeah, we goofed around a little bit at that one near Gettysburg. The no, I can't remember the name of it. The it'll come to me here in a second. Mulligan McDuffers. Yeah. I pretended to push my wife off the top of that ledge. Say, yeah, we got a volunteer. That would not have worked out well. And I wouldn't have done it anyway for two reasons. Two top reasons anyway. Two, because I had to live with her. And two, because I drove my Mustang and I didn't want all that in my car. And it's good to keep having fun like this too, because you're only as old as you feel. It just keeps you energetic, keeps you a full life. Kmart in Grove City, Ohio is closing. Oh, crud. And another reason for me to get to Columbus. I've been putting it off, and, well, not really putting it off. It's just my schedule's not been friendly enough to me to get down to Columbus. I have all these places I want to see, all these plans I want to make with people to get together to film some places, but my schedule's just not been permitting. Cincinnati, Ohio at Eastgate Mall is closing. Both are an hour away from me. Yeah, Cincinnati is quite a distance from me. It's about 3.5 hours. And if I have the wife, it's 4. Normally, when I was younger, I used to be able to take trips from where I live here back to where I used to live in upstate New York, and it would take me exactly 6 hours, nonstop. I wouldn't have to stop for gas or restroom or anything. I just one straight shot there the whole way. But now that I'm married, I got to take into consideration other people and got to get out and stretch now that I'm older too. Sometimes you get cramped sitting in a car for 3 or 4 hours at a time. You want to get out and stretch a little bit. Scared of you? Yeah, I guess that's true, RJ. Yeah, that makes it the top 3. Don't make me come up there. Okay. Well, I just wanted to pop on here for a little bit and just share with you guys a little bit what's going on, and kind of give you an excuse, I guess, as to why I'm not posting so much. But it's just mainly because of all the traveling that I've been doing. I've been to Pennsylvania, a couple different places, and upstate New York to a couple different cities. Um, Plus, I've also had the opportunity to go out and film with that Nate guy at several different places, and Terry Allen from Exploring with the Terry Allen channel. Keeps on changing his name. So I've got a lot of videos under my belt. It's just a matter now of getting them edited and getting them posted so you guys can see it. There's a lot of great content coming. I had a lot of fun doing these. Yeah, life happens. Rich discoveries, life happens. Especially when you're working a job 12 hours, 48 hours a week. Kind of leaves little to no time for things in the middle. 36 to 48 hours, just depending on the week. But yeah, by the time you get ready for work and then work and come home, all you want to do is go to sleep, and you don't do anything for 3 days unless you binge edit for an entire day, which sometimes can't do because there's things that need done around the house, things that need to get done outside of the house, and shopping that needs done, and then other family that I need to go visit and see too. So I don't feel like I'm avoiding people. I'm not trying to avoid people. I'm not trying to avoid family. It's just sometimes I'm just busy. Yeah, Terry Allen and Nikki are great people. Yeah, we always have a lot of fun when we go out and explore together. They invited us out to a city near where they live, and it's just amazing how much things have died there. Honestly, it's just there's not much left. I kind of made a running joke of kind of like what Wally does sometimes. Like, I want to go out to eat here. It's like, it would have been nice to eat here. It would have been nice to eat here, but no, they closed all the doors, or they got some really weird hours. Instead of having hours of operation, they got hours of when they don't want to operate. So. Yeah, Terry is a cool guy. Maybe one of these days, slacking packing, we can all get us together somewhere. I don't know where, but if we can ever get down to Columbus, or if you can ever come up here, we'd show you around, or you could show us around. I started pulling mods off of a windowsill. Oh, well, that makes sense. All right, guys. Well, I don't want to keep you here too long. So there's a couple videos that you should be able to look forward to in the next couple days. The Knoebels meetup event video will be posted tomorrow. It's probably going to premiere, I'd say, around 5. I haven't set it yet, but I would say 5 o'clock is when it's going to premiere. Got to look forward to seeing a JJ Newberry, an old James Way, some Kmarts, of course, some abandoned ice cream shops. Lots of stuff coming. Just give me a little bit of time. I'll get it up there for you. Having so much fun doing this, and I hope you guys are too. Are you saving it to make a new clown wig? Oh! Ooh! No, I'm not doing that. But yeah, that clown mask, I've got to get some of that footage from you, RJ. I've got to see that. I want to keep a copy of that for myself because I think that's going to be hilarious. The redhead. Don't forget the redhead. Oh, yes. The redhead. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to sign off here. Thank you all so much for watching. Keep it real. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you soon.